live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Yes. See.
What it do, baby?
What do it do? How we doing, man?
Fantastic.
Explain to me what the point is of the Met Gala.
Fashion forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Celebrities can
it's
show
supposed
off.
to be, to me, it's the real adult Halloween.
Okay.
You know, I know we've hijacked Halloween from the kiddos. Chicks come outside half naked. Dudes put their costumes together for 6 months.
Yeah.
We've hijacked Halloween from the kids. But the Met Gala, whatever you call it, is really what that is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I love it. People get to express themselves because you're not wearing those things they wear to the Met.
Yeah,
On
they're
a
not
daily-
wearing everyday clothes
Yeah,
like
it's not
we have
every
on
day.
today.
Yeah.
Like, these are normal clothes.
Yeah, this is normal. So I text y'all about 10 o'clock last night because I
Yeah.
remember last year this happened and I was like, damn, we should have did a Met Gala day.
Mm-hmm.
So this year I was like, oh, I forgot about it. Then it starts popping up all over my timeline. And it hit close to home because the theme this year was kind of zoot suitish.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And Jose will show you some of those pictures here in a bit. But because, I mean, hell, I could have picked a couple dudes from the market if I would have known it was going to be zoot suit themed.
It
But,
was Demi Moore.
What does she
I
have
read
on?
that the dress that she wore took 7,600 hours for the designer to make.
Now, that's insane.
That's insane. She's great, by the way. She's in Landman. I probably didn't know that. My
Who
new
is
favorite
it? What's her
television-
name again?
Demi Moore
Oh, Demi Moore.
from Ghost. Yeah, she was married to Bruce Willis. They got
See,
a bunch
look
of
at
kids.
look at Zendaya. See, that's kind of it's the theme of it. It's
All
kind
right.
of, you see what I'm
I
saying?
like
The hat.
that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like Zendaya. Zendaya is always super fly.
And what does Zendaya do? Singer?
She's an
Oh,
actress.
my
Actress.
God.
Okay, cool.
How you not know who Zendaya is?
He knows who she is.
No,
He's
I
just
don't.
wondering what she does.
I've heard the name.
She was in Dune. She did a great job in Dune.
I've
She's
seen
in
Dune.
Dune's 1 and 2 is
Well,
fantastic.
not the newer ones. I saw the old ones. Jason Momoa is in Dune. I know that.
Yes.
Zendaya.
Who else we got?
All right, what
She's
else we
also Mary Jane, the new MJ.
Oh, and Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, yeah.
See,
Okay, I've
Rihanna-
seen scenes of Spider-Man with my kids.
Yes, she's also in the tennis movie with threesomes.
Tennis movie with threesomes.
Oh, yeah, that was a good movie.
It was a great movie.
I love that movie. There's Rihanna. She's having her third baby, so she's got the bump, but she's got the zoot. You feel the zoot suit
Yeah,
vibe?
Yeah,
You
I
see what
dig
I'm
it.
saying?
I dig it.
I'm digging it. I
Yeah.
like Rihanna's. Her jacket is like actually around the baby bump. This stuff is tailored, like say one of one.
Mhm.
What else you got there? That's Sabrina Carpenter.
Shout out.
What, you like Sabrina? My kids love Sabrina.
Singer.
I paid a lot of money for my girlfriend to go to a fucking Sabrina Carpenter concert.
Good for you. That's the first good take you've had on this show.
Yeah. Fuck.
Take care of your lady.
$900 fucking dollars.
Oh, I wouldn't went that far.
You've been cussing a lot these last 2 days.
Yeah.
You
There's-
a little loose.
There's your boy
Sorry.
Mike. You like you some Bad Bunny. The
I don't hate Bad Bunny. No.
Bad Bunny is a bad mother father. It's not. I like some of his music.
So you know what? I've actually seen more of his comedy acting than I have heard him sing.
Really?
Yeah, because he's been on SNL a few times.
He was also.
He's great.
He was in
Bullet
the.
Train.
He was in the last series of Narcos as well.
I did not see the Mexico version of Narcos. I
Yeah.
only watched the first 2 seasons with San Antonio's own Pedro Pascal, where they were chasing down
He's from here?
Pablo.
Pedro, yeah,
I didn't know
Pablo
that.
Escobar, and I did not see the Mexico version, and I did not know he was in it. Now I kind of want to see it because when he does comedy on SNL,
I didn't know that. Is he good?
He's fantastic. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's great.
Yeah,
So
shut
then
the
that
bad
just
ball.
tells me SNL still has great
His
writers.
tunes are not awesome.
I like
Not my
some.
style.
I like about 25% of his music.
All right, it all sounds the same to me, which I know that makes me sound like an old man.
Shout out to Lupita.
He's a little bit mushy mouthy.
Yeah,
I like
I like it. See, I like that song.
Yeah, that's all of them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about right.
I think I just rolled through his entire catalog.
And I'd go to a concert though.
I know you would.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, good pronounce.
She's still hooking up with that white boy?
Did she play in the snow?
Dude, yeah. She
I didn't
does
know she
Snow
plays in
Angels.
I didn't know she plays in the snow.
Yeah, in Bunch of White Dick.
Okay, I ain't mad at it. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Well, that was what I mean, she was with an actor. I can forget his name. One of them Chris's.
Oh,
On a boat somewhere, St. Tropez or
okay.
something like that. And they just,
Do
Yeah.
you like Halle Berry's outfit?
Halle Berry, what has she been up to these years? How's she been?
Doing
Just
doing
being Halle
movies,
Berry?
doing movies that no one cares about.
Okay.
I think she
Independent
indeed
film.
is just being Halle Berry.
Okay, cool. Is Rihanna, so you said she's pregnant again.
Yeah, that's her third
She's
one.
been pregnant for
And
4
I did
years
this
in a row.
Yeah, I did this one for y'all. I did this one for y'all because I know y'all are big F1 fans.
Well, he's also the co-host of this thing.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
See, I didn't
Yeah.
watch it. I just saw the
know
red
that
car. Y'all like Lewis Hamilton, right?
He's Team Red Bull. I mean, it's kind of like saying, do I like Luka Doncic?
He's Ferrari.
Sure.
He's Ferrari.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Okay.
bad. Yeah, he's jumped to Ferrari this year.
Yeah, I threw Lewis in there just for y'all too because I know y'all are watching that show on Netflix. That's enough. So yeah, that's why we're dressed like this.
I'm Team McLaren, but yeah, I mean, you got to have nothing but respect for Lewis, and he's a badass and one of the greats ever, and a barrier breaker, and he's also a fashion dude, and he's into a lot of stuff, and he's still pretty good on the circuit. He's not going to win points or nothing this year,
Right.
but he's still really good. Yeah, he co-hosted that. What I know about the Met Gala was that he co-hosted it with Anna Wintour, the founder of
Anna Winter's
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
I think it's Cosmopolitan. Is it Vogue? Might be Vogue. One of
Yeah.
those two. Yeah, that's who. Did y'all see The Devil Wears Prada?
I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's one of my chick flicks that I actually watch every time it comes on.
Meryl Streep's character is mirrored as Anna Wintour. That's who that's supposed to represent, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, so she hosted it with Lewis Hamilton and a few other people that I don't remember reading what the name was. So, yeah. So, in honor of fashion, because Rudy's a fashionable dude, today we're rolling, we look like a couple of dudes from another town, in our own town. I like it.
I like it.
Hey, can we
I
get-
think,
can we
I
get the full
believe,
spin, by the way?
what do you do when the show's over?
I'm meeting a buddy here to talk about some ideas he has for our channel.
Oh, in that outfit?
No, I have a show.
Aw.
That's disappointing.
Why?
I
What
was
you
gonna
want to
say,
roll?
We need to go to the store real quick. Can
We
he
should.
wait 10 minutes?
We'll go in the Family Dollar across the street.
Yeah, we should run over to the Family Dollar and get some snacks.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do
Just
it.
to freak
Get
people
the
out.
camera ready. Get the mobile camera ready, Jose.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
happy Met Gala. It is in the building, and I guess we're up to what, show number 320 already under the watch of these people. It is in the building from the Texas Cheer Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator, who's also wearing a sports jacket today, by the way, is Jose Bouquet. Although he has pajamas underneath shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you let them? Can they see what you're wearing over
No.
there in the corner?
Walk into the shot, Jose. Come over here.
Just come over here and get in the middle.
Come
Come
get in
here,
the middle.
mijo.
Let me see.
I'll just make this a family
This is
photo.
Jose's Met Gala.
Yeah.
Turn
fuck,
around.
Fuck Boston.
Look
by
at-
the way.
oh
here
my
come here come
God.
squat. Here come kneel in between us so they can get a good view of all of us. Let our legions of fans. This
Well,
is
see,
an opportunity for
the
you to get a
Boston
picture.
jersey is a Bulls jersey
Oh yeah, it's funny.
because it's green.
Yeah.
It's very in the building,
Okay,
but
now we look like we're about to shoot gay porn. So go back over there.
I like the Griffies.
Thanks, Holmes.
I loved those Griffies.
All right, that's what we look like today. So welcome. It is in the building. It's the best effing podcast in the country. Certainly one of the best sports podcasts in the area. Like and comment, donate to us via the super chat, which you can do anytime you want to.
Absolutely.
Keep us employed in 2K25. You can also buy us coffee on the Buy Me a Coffee link that no doubt Bookie will link if he hasn't already to the chat. Whether you're chatting to us from the Love You Hard chat or the Pub Sports chat, we love you anyway, and we'll read some of the best as we go along here. And thanks to our partners at Pub Sports Radio, Anthem TV, we're live on them too. You can become a member of this thing for just $4.99. That's it, $4.99.
The owner of this here spot
Yeah.
said I look like Shock G. Shout out to Jeff. I'm looking at a Shock G did use Humpty Hump.
That's the guy who put the satin on the panties.
Yeah. Got busy in a Burger King bathroom.
He did that too.
He used to wear the fake nose. Good bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he made some good tunes. And he was the first guy to give Tupac a shot.
That's right. Yeah,
Tupac was carrying luggage and
Digital
microphones.
Underground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tupac
okay.
was rocking with them.
Yeah. Yes, let's do this. Hey, Jose, what's Digital Underground?
I couldn't
Oh
tell you.
fuck!
You don't know. You don't know.
Fucking idiot!
You don't, yeah.
That's what he does to us. You know?
Wait, you don't know? Do the Humpty Hump. Everybody do the Humpty Hump.
Sure.
I know you do. Don't be like guy.
That was a good impersonation. Mike and I are, I'm becoming more like him. He's becoming more
Yes.
like me. This is a beautiful exchange.
Who, me and Jose?
Yeah,
No.
He's
You're like my reject son, like the third born that I don't have time to get to.
that's fair.
We're similar, but I don't like you a lot. I just have to love you because you're my kid. It's kind of like that.
like that.
Olu from Pub Sports says he looks like he's going to Costco in Seattle.
Shit. All I know is you better get these fucking audio levels where they need to be on a consistent basis. We're going to talk. All right, scroll back up to Finnego's post. He came in here right as we jumped on the air today.
It's a good segue.
Thank you, man. I like Finnego, what he had to say, because he scroll back up a little bit, Bouquet. I don't have
It's right
control
there.
of it. On my side. There you go. Finnego with the post of the morning so far, or that's early on. But my sentiments exactly watching this thing yesterday. Finnego writes, mild stroke in quotations. Mild stroke, that phrase needs a new definition. I was not prepared for that pop visual yesterday. Stay strong, Pop. Dude, that started while we were still doing our podcast,
Right.
and I didn't get a chance to watch it until I got home. Man.
What do you think of Don Harris's take that it wasn't bad? It was beautiful to see him.
It's
out
all
there.
of it. Well, the
Right.
word I
thought that
keep
was. I
coming
thought
up with-
that was a different take for because I think all of us majority felt like, yeah, damn.
Yeah.
I thought he was doing better, but then Don Harris had had a different take on it, saying, "Hey, it was beautiful getting to see him out there with Tim and Manu and him out there joking around and pretty much talking about what we talked about yesterday, just being in good spirits." So I guess you're right, Mike. It's all of it.
Well, it's the word I keep going back to these last few days is melancholy. It's like it's just, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm not sure what to do.
Right.
Or how to feel. It's just a weird feeling. It is. And I get what Don's saying,
Mm-hmm.
calling it beautiful. The sentiment was beautiful. The way those two guys, Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili, the way they flanked him, the way they have taken care of him for months now, the way they escort him in and out of rooms as if they're his sons. Or like I tweeted something along the lines of, that was not two former players with their coach yesterday. That
Two
was
sons.
That was two sons. That was two dudes helping a buddy in need. Those are lifelong friends there. Those guys are family, brothers, sons, uncles, and whatever you want to spin it. That's the beautiful part. In the old man who's way beyond too old, and it sucks. And here's the other thing. I mean, he may be the president, El Presidente,
El Jefe.
El Senor Popovich. It's hard to imagine he's going to have a massive say in what they do going forth. He's just going to be like the wizard in the castle. Brian Wright and honestly, and I'll go. We're trying to get used to Mitch Johnson being the coach. Brian and Mitch need to take this thing over from the decision-making standpoint. Pop will give input, but this is now those guys' team officially now. This team belongs to Brian Wright and Mitch Johnson going forth, and Pop is the old man who will give advice and stuff, but look and see how he is physically after all these months. It's just he's not going to be like, see, I don't know that he's going to be like what Pat Riley is in Miami. Pop may be more of a figurehead. He's got to get himself healthy as much as he can at this point.
Nice.
Basketball. Go get healthy, man.
Absolutely.
And so that's the beautiful part, just seeing the love that everybody has for him. And it was a strange day on the day that Mitch Johnson gets announced as the coach. I thought Mitch was great.
I don't know anything about because I was so enthralled in Pop being there and Tony and Tim and Manu.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not being rude. I didn't care what Mitch had to say because it was going to be all cliche anyway.
Did you not watch it?
Not Mitch.
I thought it was great.
I didn't care.
Well, a lot of it was about Pop and what everyone in the sports organization has done for him.
Gotcha.
And giving thanks.
Okay.
And he almost lost it when he looked at Pop. He saved Pop for the end because he probably knew he was going to get emotional.
Becky did that at her Hall of Fame. She remember Becky. She was like, "I'm not going to look at you."
Yep. So he's going through the thank yous, and he saves Pop for last. And he looks over at Pop, and he goes, Pop. He looks over, and he's like, and he gets this big smile because Pop's probably like, don't you do it. Don't you do it? And he's like, and he looks away, and he like says some things. It was cool. It was cool. I'm gonna give this kid a chance. I call him a kid. He's 38. I'm giving him a chance.
Me too.
I'm fired up for Mitch Johnson.
Me too.
Because I trust in them.
Me too.
They are not going to hand over the San Antonio Spurs to a guy who cannot handle being the coach of the San Antonio
Now,
Spurs.
whether that equals success doesn't matter. They're still handing it over to somebody that
Right.
they feel like has paid his dues
Yep.
and can do a good job. And again, they did go 16-plus wins from the season before. And that's with Wemby hurt and Pop situation and a Fox trade and juggling lineups and Shohan hurt.
Yeah.
They still got better.
Mm-hmm.
So, good luck to Mitch.
Good luck to Mitch. I'm rooting
Great
hard
hair.
for him. Great hair. Handsome fella. Beautiful family. Stanford man.
Stanford guy.
Played
yeah.
with the Brooks brothers. The Lopez brothers. The two idiots up in Milwaukee that look the weirdo looking.
I love those
brothers.
dudes.
Played with them. Brooke Lopez was saying he's never been around anybody. That goes for any coach he's had in the league, any player he's ever played with that knew more about the game from an IQ standpoint than Mitch Johnson, the kid he played at Stanford with.
Brooke Lopez said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Take that for what you want to. And Brooks got a ring. Brooks won a championship in Milwaukee, and says Mitch Johnson's the smartest basketball mind he's ever had. DeJounte Murray looks at him as a mentor, because DeJounte's from Seattle, and Mitch is about 10 years older than DeJounte, and took DeJounte under his wing as a mentor years ago when he was coming up. DeJounte grew up in the shittiest neighborhood you could ever be in, and Mitch helped get him out of there and mentored him. And it was cool of DeJounte Murray because he loves Greg Popovich, but he's had weird things to say about the Spurs. Murray has, but Murray was there yesterday. It's pretty cool when another team's player flies to town to support another team's hiring of a head coach and give Greg Popovich a big hug. That whole thing was weird. It was sad. But I feel better about Mitch after the press conference a little bit. It was weird. It was strange. It was weird, and it was in a weird way. Maybe like it was dark poetry. It was beautiful in a kind of like it's like the man's dying, but I mean you can have beautiful moments at a funeral. You can have beautiful moments in the middle of chaos. It's the flower growing out of the concrete. Not to get all poetic, but look the way I'm dressed, so it's hard not to. Sucks to see Pop like that. Sucks to hear from him that sound like that, be that slow, because we hadn't seen him. They're all used to seeing him. We hadn't seen him. We haven't heard him speak. His left arm's still not working, and he's out there doing bits with a T-shirt, which I thought was hilarious. And one of those, it was a weird day, very strange day. But I think Pop wanted to be there, Rudy. I think he did. He didn't have to. Probably shouldn't have. Hell, probably took a bunch of Advil just to get through it, whatever. I don't know. He wanted to be there to hand those keys off to Mitch, and it was beautiful in a certain way.
Awesome.
For sure. That's it. That's all I got on that. Thank you to Aaron. He's in here in the building with a donation of $9.99. Nice dress up, boys. Rudy looking super fly, and MT's auditioning for season 2 of Landman.
I could see that.
Hey, I'd love to be an extra.
You got the voice.
Thank you, man. They're doing. It's funny you mentioned that. I just saw a thing this week where they're clearing streets in downtown Fort Worth, my hometown, because they're filming season 2 of Landman. Yeah, and they were calling upon people that wanted to be extras. I almost mailed in work and drove up there.
Why didn't you? I would have been down.
Because we have obligations. We have bills to pay, mouths to feed. I got things to do. I got 4 kids to feed, and I've got other people that rely on me, other people that their day does not get done until we show them their truth and show them their love and return the favor, like Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store up in the building. All right, they got, we've been talking about specials, which we'll continue to do. But let's not forget,
hasn't given me the May specials yet, but we'll get them soon.
Well, let's not forget though. So when I was there last week, the guy that wound up winning the Wemby cutout he wound up buying 2 lit kits. And I forgot about those lit kits. Those things are still just as fire as ever. And at Texas Cheer, the new lit kits are now available at all 7 locations in the greater SA area. The one up in Bernie counts. Cocktail kits now come in a variety of sizes and recipes. So it's one big cocktail in a jar. They put all the ingredients in there.
Yeah.
All the different drinks mixes. You just take them out, pour them all back in.
Fill it up with ice, shake it up. And then you got that Texas Cheer Liquor special, baby.
Yes, sir. It is the Lit Kit at Texas Cheer Liquor. Any and all things you buy in any of the 7, all of them, you can get 5% off your total bill, which is why you should spend a lot. Go get a lot. This is where you should stock up because you're getting a sweet hookup. 5% off your entire bill at Texas Cheer Liquor when you mention in the building. All right? All right. What else today? The Ravens have decided
No way.
to move on
No way.
from Austin's own Justin Tucker, arguably the best kicker there's ever been, the former Longhorns great, who has been accused by at least 16 different women
So he doesn't have
of being a pervert
he
in
didn't
massage
he
parlors.
didn't beat Deshaun Watson's record though.
No, Deshaun was up in the 20s. You know what's weird about this story? A lot of things are weird about it if it's true. He did all this the first few years he was in the league. Like, this has not been for the last, how long has he been in the league? 14 years, something like this?
Damn, I didn't know that.
So he's not, none of this took place allegedly in the last 8-9 years. This was all the first 3 or 4 years he was in the league.
Yeah.
He was doing like Watson.
Last year he had the yips a bit.
Yeah, well,
Now I know
he
why.
had this hanging over his
He
head
knew.
too.
He knew.
Yeah, he was 31st last year in accuracy.
Look.
And he's the all-time leader in accuracy.
I might
For those that don't know, he's been accused of going to different massage parlors all
Right.
around Baltimore years ago, and he would like touch women with his cock, make weird, gross
with his private.
sentiments,
It's not even 10:30, his private
ask
part.
them to do over-the-top things.
Right.
A couple of them say that he actually jerked off and left ejaculate
Are you
on the
serious?
table. Yeah,
Lord.
dude. Yeah. He was rubbing them out while girls were giving him massages, and 16 different women have come out and complained. The Ravens have backed him, but now they made the decision to draft a kicker in the draft in the 6th round. They drafted the best kicker in the country from Arizona, and now they've decided to release him. They got a lot of things on him when they're releasing him. They got a lot of shit on him. The Ravens don't want to go through this with him. He's on his own.
It makes it easier when he's not the same also. Because if he was still Justin Tucker from 6 years ago, they probably say, we're going to let, him have his day in court.
Yeah.
But due to the fact that he kind of backslid last year, damn, I don't know if slid is a good word for this guy, but due to the fact that he wasn't as good last year.
Now, he didn't rub out as many kicks this year.
That's true. That is all facts there.
Moving on. Yes, Rubbin Tucker. How hilarious, Adrian.
He didn't get it in the honey hole near like he used to.
Y'all are so childish.
The Ravens say this was a football move. No way. There's no
No.
way. This guy's facing a year of litigation and probably doesn't need to be in football. And what is he, 35?
Would they release Lamar Jackson? Same situation.
God,
16 women.
Fudge, no. No way, man.
See what I'm saying?
They're not going to turn it over to Cooper Rush on account of some accusations.
They would not release Lamar Jackson. Hell, the Browns gave Deshaun Watson $240 fully guaranteed. This ain't football. Get
They
out of
damn
here.
Sure did. God,
Get out of here. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know who has never been accused of doing some bullshit like that because he don't need to?
Who?
Because he's not weird with women because he just gets them.
Who?
Johnny Football. Y'all want to play golf with Johnny Manziel? All right, we're 11 days out here, I want to say, if you're watching
Damn,
this
is
thing
it that
live.
close?
Yeah, man, the 17th. Y'all want to play golf with Johnny Football? He's got a lot of great stories. Johnny's a guy who just liked to party. He wasn't a pervert. This guy's Justin Tucker looks like he's a pervert. Johnny was just a party animal who has now admitted, yeah, I had no time for the NFL, but the Browns were paying me, so I figured
Mike, I
I'll
hate to
make that
interrupt
first.
you.
Yes,
Breaking
sir.
news.
Oh God.
The golf trip has been sold.
Oh,
Take it down. Good
job.
It's sold.
Ding, 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 ding. We need a sounder or something, dude. This
Now,
is where a quality
I want-
producer fires off a sound effect.
I want y'all to
How
understand.
about that? Never
Eight-
mind. Y'all can't play no more. It's booked.
$18,000 because it's $6,000 a piece.
No. I think $6,000 total.
Oh,
What
okay.
did they wind up going for, Jeff? You allowed to say yet? Nice. We got sold. Okay, a little better late than never. We're working on our timing. Jesus. Okay, never mind. You don't get to play golf with Johnny Manziel. I want to know who it was, though. I want to know who ended up getting the Johnny Manziel golf package.
But you can still see him on the 18th.
You can, because he's going to be signing at the
Right.
Alamo Card Show the very next day. So Saturday, play golf. Johnny's going to be playing golf with 3 dudes that bought it, and you can go hang out with him on the 18th at the Alamo Card Show up at 24/7 Church at 1604 in what is that? Judson. There's a church back there called 24/7, and they got a big gym set up. It's got 2 sides, and they're having a huge sports cards memorabilia show in there on the 18th, and Johnny effing Football from Kerrville by way of Tyler, former Aggies great.
Tyler, Texas, baby. We call it
Signing.
Beast, Texas.
For details on the signing, go and look this event up. It's the Johnny Manziel card signing and memorabilia signing on the 18th of Mayo.
Where you got Texas ranked since we're there? I got Florida, Louisiana, Texas, Cali, Ohio.
What are you talking about?
Best football players in the world. I got Florida, then Louisiana, then Texas, then Cali, then Ohio.
I don't think okay, well, what are you basing that on, guys, in the NFL?
I wouldn't even go there because that's a crapshoot.
I would put Austin Westlake or Katy or maybe South Lake Carroll, Allen up against any other state champion out of Florida, California, and Ohio. I
And
think we'd
Louisiana.
win. Yeah, I think we'd win. I do. I think that Texas high school football is the best high school football in America. Now,
You do. So you still
I
think
do.
it's Texas over Florida.
I do. I think that because of the money that Texas school districts pay,
Right.
coaching is elite in this state.
Okay.
There are guys that literally, they're teachers and coaches in other states that move here simply to get into coaching and teaching because they want to do it on an NFL level. Ashton Junty, because he's a military brat,
Right.
and when they were they were living in Europe, and his parents are like, they decided I need to go to the States to get to play better competition because I can't just whoop the asses of the on-base intramural football team. I'm not going to get any better. The parents literally chose Frisco, Texas, only so he could play football in North Texas in the Dallas area. That's
I
pretty
like it.
salty. That's pretty badass.
I like that.
But no, I mean, it's Texas, Florida, Cali, Ohio. Pennsylvania's really good.
Louisiana's up there too.
Louisiana's up there.
We're
They're
up
small.
there. Yeah,
Pennsylvania
small.
puts a
You know,
lot of guys
Louisiana
in.
might be too small, but there's a lot of dogs out of Louisiana.
What is it? Well, there at one point, I haven't done this in a while. I need to go back and do this. At one point, I think 13 of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL were Texans.
Damn,
At one point, a couple of 3 years ago.
that says something.
And I don't know what it is now, but Cam Ward's about to start for Tennessee from day
He's
one.
from Texas.
Absolutely. Need to look that up.
I mean, I know we're not talking about him, but Shador's from Texas. I don't know what he's going to be, but he's from Texas.
Well, I mean, he's got a legit
Now-
chance to start
yeah.
in Cleveland.
I went and watched Westlake in person, and just to further your point,
Mm-hmm.
they look different. Like
They are
there's
different.
they have a strength and conditioning coach that's 6 figures,
And he has a staff.
and you can see it.
Mhm.
Like they were playing Brennan, and it was just like it looked like a D1 football team versus a high school team.
Sure.
Just their sheer strength, speed, route running, cover ability, just huge.
Sure.
Just big ass kids. I'm like, where did these kids come from? And now again, I ain't even talking about Travis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking just about Westlake. Now I ain't even talking about them Dallas fellas either.
Right. Well, the wide receiver with the Jets, he went to
Garrett
Lake
Wilson?
Travis. Yeah, Garrett
Who?
Wilson.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson. So he's from Ohio, but his parents wanted him to play the elite competition he could possibly play. So they moved to Austin. He played at Lake Travis
Mm-hmm.
and wound up in the NFL.
And Breeze was Westlake as well,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
absolutely. Yeah, and even recently, Cade Klubnik, If Arch Manning does not win the Heisman Trophy, Cade Klubnik from Clemson probably will.
Where's he from?
Westlake, baby. Texas.
Can I give you some Texas quarterbacks?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mahomes, obviously. Jalen Hurts.
These are the starters?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
This article from Bleachers from 2014. So
Okay.
there'll be more now.
2014?
Or sorry, 2024.
Okay, go
My
ahead.
bad.
Mahomes, Hurts, yeah.
Hurts, Baker,
Yep.
Kyler Murray,
Yep.
Damn.
and Andy Dalton. which
Andy
is not
Dalton.
old, but yes.
Andy's
So
had a
only-
great
it was
career.
down to 5 starters only last year?
Seems like it, yeah.
All right. Mm.
And Kyler Murray never lost a high school game
Well,
as a varsity,
add
which
Cam-
is stupid.
Add Cam to the mix.
Yep. And
Ward.
Shador.
He'll be
Yeah.
starting.
But California has the most, obviously, quarterbacks. So,
Okay.
Currently starting in the league?
yeah, CJ
Ah.
Stroud.
Wait, Stafford's from Texas too.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Stafford. I just saw Stafford. He's from Florida, allegedly.
No,
Well, he
but
went to high school
he
in
moved
Texas.
here when he was
yeah.
2 years old.
Yeah.
But California has Josh Allen, Stroud, Goff, Rodgers, Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels, Derek Carr, Sam Darnold.
Damn.
as people
Yeah.
call him.
Damn.
So yeah, they got a shitload of
We'll catch
quarterbacks.
him.
Yeah.
It goes in cycles. We'll catch the shit. That pisses me off.
That's all good.
All right,
I didn't
now
mean to derail.
I demand that Cleveland starts Shador
I
Sanders.
didn't mean to derail.
No,
Let's go.
that's good shit.
Yeah.
All right, it's in the building. Thanks for jumping in here on the chats. Only one guy's giving us tips so far. Look how badass we look today. Look how kick-ass we're dressed.
Tell
up
them why we're dressed like this for the guys that just jump in because there's a few.
Right. Well, we are celebrating the Met Gala that got up and running last night at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Manhattan. We're celebrating the Met Gala getting up and running. We're men of leisure, but we're also men of fashion here on In the Building, and we're fashionably badass motherfuckers in here today. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wow. Marcus is in here, being from Louisiana, Louisiana. LA does have dogs in football. New Orleans area alone has Ryan Clark, Justin Jefferson, just to name a few.
I want to say Chase and Neighbors are also Louisiana kids.
Dak is a Louisiana guy.
You consider Dak a dog?
Dude, come on. That's not okay. Let's
No,
not.
I'm asking. I'm not being funny. I'm a
A
serious
dog.
question.
I mean, he started in the league for 9 years. I mean,
Okay.
he's a starting quarterback in the National Football
I
League.
have to ask because you hot and cold
He's
on
made
him.
two, but I'm cold on the things he deserves to be cold on. But in this particular, I mean, he said he's been a 9-year starter in the league.
Good point.
Now he just grew up on the other side of the border, so Louisiana gets credit. He's a Shreveport kid. That'll change. Watch.
Sorry,
Shador's
Oklahoma. We're
coming.
not talking about y'all.
Cam Ward's coming up. Cade Klubnik will be in the NFL in a year or two. We're going to catch those fuckers from California. Can't trust them fuckers from California, by the way.
Where's Caleb from?
Caleb Williams, he's from Washington, D.C.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's different. All right, what else today? Oh, yeah, that was the Justin Tucker's a pervert segment.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the word I'm supposed to say is allegedly. They're not releasing him unless they're thinking it don't look good for him. You know, and it
Yeah.
don't matter that he hadn't done this in a long time. Apparently, he did this shit early in his career. I still don't understand this weirdness with going into massage parlors and acting super weird like that and sexual with innocent women that are not in there for that. When there's whorehouses all over the place. I mean, you're Justin Tucker. You're a tall, pretty white NFL fucking kicker.
But if the
There's not a bar you can't pull somebody out of.
does the whorehouse fulfill the fantasy
No.
of the massage parlor?
Therein lies the answer.
Right.
He's a pervert, and he wants to go over the line.
You're a pervert, or you just have a massage fetish?
Nah, he's a fucking pervert. When
Okay.
you're rubbing it out in front of an innocent girl like that, all weird, you're a pervert.
Yeah.
That's not right. That's not normal.
Yeah.
It's not the act. It's the strangeness of it. It's the reason why teachers bang 17-year-old students. It's like, why don't you just
The perverts.
why don't you wait 6 months till the kid graduates? Because then it's not as hot. It's not against the law. It's not taboo. They get off on the taboo of getting away with shit, like a
Yeah.
kleptomaniac.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Justin Tucker. If you told me he's going to sex rehab or weirdo rehab, I
You'd
might
believe
actually,
it.
Yeah, I believe that. Like Deshaun Watson, that's legit. That's fucked up. That's weird. That's registered sex offender shit. Like Tiger, bullshit. You just like to bang. You're a nerd.
He never got out of his system.
Yeah, and you got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing shit like what these guys are like. Well, Watson and Tucker allegedly have been doing. That's pervert shit.
Shout out to Clark Edge and Wine Time Sports over there in Pub Sports. Appreciate y'all.
What's up, boys? Thanks for that. I appreciate that. Why haven't you reached out to book any guests, Bookie?
In what sense? What guests you
Did,
want me
I,
to
did
book?
I say the other day, let's get all the different guys at Pub Sports and book them here for the next few weeks coming up, or the next
Sure.
couple
Let's
of months?
Get Dabby Cab on this week.
Let's jump on that. Let's start with Cab because he's the first who reached out to me, and I'd like to have Jimmy on if he can at some point. Steve Daughtery's in the building, $10.
Yeah, we got to get Steve taken care of.
Long-time listener and member. I have been a member for 3 to 4 weeks, but have not been in any of the recent horse races. Let me know if you can add me for the next one. All right, that's all. Bookie, you got to keep up with the new members, Chief.
But I think the last couple, Steve, in fairness to us, the last couple were like donations, but you were also members. It wasn't like the last couple weren't the full-fledged members. But Steve, we will make sure no matter what, you're in the next one off of that $10 donation. You will be in the next few.
Appreciate you, player.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.
And the member races are 200 horses, so let's just remind
He might have been in there and just didn't see it. Right. Your horse may have sucked, Steve.
That might be also the case.
Well, or let's make sure he's in the next one.
For sure.
Yeah, because you never know when we have new members that join up and we have to update the list. Yeah, thanks, Steve, for pointing that out. We'll get on it, Holmes. Appreciate you. All right, it's in the building from the Texas Cheer Studios at Pub Sports Radio, also presented by GC Roofing and Lone Star Nano Services. These boys are a twofer. They can treat your roof and preserve the life of your roof. That way you don't have to replace it. However, if you do need to replace your roof or it needs a big patch job because it's got a hole or something or leaks or whatnot, that's where my boys at GC Roofing come in. So it's GC Roofing / Lone Star Nano Services. They not only serve San Antonio, they serve Corpus Christi. They do homes and businesses. They've been in this business 15 years doing roofs. It's gcservicesroofing.com. Lone Star Nano Services is their partner. They provide roof rejuvenation. They do concrete, asphalt, wood. It's nanotechnology application, and you ain't got to worry about damage from the extreme weather we have in Texas, like all the heat, the water, and the wind, and the hail. These boys will take care of you. It is GC Services or Lone Star Nano Services, 210-347-0426. And they will match a deductible. They will pay the first $1,000 on your deductible.
From GC.
Yes.
And Nano will be at my house Thursday morning.
Oh, okay.
Doing my driveway.
Outstanding.
My driveway looks like a street.
I look forward to a video.
Yeah, so, we're going to roll video on it. So, shout out to Nano. Shout out to GC. Love you, boys.
Nice.
Let's get some money.
Thanks. Let's go get that. Let's do it. Let's get that money. All right, speaking of.
We got you, Steve.
To keep up, I appreciate you, Steve, becoming a member. Watch all of the things we do. We're on 3 different channels here. I feel like sometimes we need to remind people where all we're at. Love You Hard TV is our home base. That's our flagship channel. Pub Sports Radio is our partner. Anthem TV is our partner, and Rudy and I. It's our 3rd edition of Instant Rewind coming up this Sunday night at 6 o'clock exclusively on the Anthem TV app, which will go over the entire recap of that week's sports and that day's sports. And Sunday night at 6 is a good time to do it. All right, so watching this pop stuff. Actually, I tweeted this on Friday. And then I felt like I kind of needed another one. You know what I mean when I say that I need to go take a sports walk? Y'all ever heard me say that before?
Yeah, I know what you mean. When you need a moment.
You need a moment. Have you ever done that where you I've done that before where I literally say, hey, baby, I'll be back. I'm going to walk around.
After the 2013 finals.
Yeah. That was tough.
Needed a sports walk. I would think another deservedly sports walk. Falcons fans, 28-3. Derek Fisher, 0.4. Warriors up 3-1 versus LeBron. So games that are just heartbreaking. The catch, the Giants Velcro catch, Patriots fans probably needed a walk. So stuff like that. That's what you mean by sports walk. After your team gets just crushed in the worst way possible.
But I also think that there are occasions where you can take a sports walk after you do something awesome too.
See, I haven't done that. I just drink.
Right, but like you put so much heart and emotion in it. You invest all of these feelings into your teams. And there have been days where like I've found myself needing a sports walk like the day of a big game.
Oh yeah, before the game starts. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Just to get some energy out.
Yeah.
Just to get
I can dig that.
You're like you're not breathing good.
Right.
Because you're nervous because there's a huge game. But yeah, normally you take them after terrible
loss.
times. Pop's announcement Friday, I needed to take a sports walk around the neighborhood, and I did. And kind of felt like I wanted to take one again yesterday, honestly. I've been taking many. I took a sports walk today. Manu Ginobili retired. That was tough on me. And that was also announced in the middle of the afternoon. And so I just needed to get out and walk around the hood.
Sure.
And I did for a while, just to get some of that energy out, let that emotion go, collect my thoughts. But after championships, too, like when we won the title in 2014, obviously that was a night game because it's the finals. And so you're celebrating all night long, you know. And then I did, on zero sleep, had to host the morning show that day and was all loopy the next morning on Ticket, 760. Went home, took a shitty nap because I still had so much adrenaline. Then wound up taking a pretty good sports walk that evening just to soak in that championship feeling, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It became euphoria and excitement and elation and all that. But when all the emotion wears off, then it's just like, we're the champs. And it's almost like I needed to kind of redo my head.
Sure.
I took a sports walk the day before Game 7 of the 2011 World Series, Rangers and Cardinals. After the Rangers,
you had to take one before and
blown
after
that devastating Game 6, knowing that we were probably going to lose Game 7 because they were so emotionally spent from Game 6. Same thing with the Spurs. When the Spurs got beat in 2013 in Game 6 because of effing Ray Allen, 2 days later before Game 7, people were taking sports walks just because they needed to get your emotions in balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've found myself sports walking lately because of freaking Pop, and haven't had one of those in a long time.
Des caught it, says Xavier. That was a sports walk.
Oh, man.
The tuck rule for the Raiders fans.
Empire 90's in the building. Mike took a sports stick your ass out a window with cars honking. Yeah,
I remember that video.
Yeah, that was right after the game was over. But the next day when all that kind of subsided and my emotions like started draining, you know, and I was tired, I just took nothing like a nice little alone walk. Men need to do that when we get too emotional. Sports, bitches, you fired at your job, or you get a new job. Sometimes we need to collect ourselves. That's what, ladies, especially you young women, men sometimes just need to take a walk.
When I argue with my wife, I take a drive.
Or take a drive.
I take a drive. I get to Loop 410, calm down, come back.
And smart women know that he needs to do that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll continue this when he gets back. It's not that he don't want to continue this. He needs a minute.
Yeah.
He needs to collect his thoughts so he don't say dumb shit.
Right.
That's how we roll. That's kind of the same thing we do with our sports teams. When TCU beat Michigan in the national semifinals to clinch a bid in the Natty.
Damn, that's when you know the school isn't supposed to win, when you take a walk after the semis.
Well, I just couldn't believe what we were doing. I could not believe that said national playoffs. That's Michigan, and that end zone says TCU on it. I just couldn't wrap my mind around that.
Did you go for a sprint after the 63-3?
Well, see, here's the thing. I knew we were going to get slapped by Georgia, right? So I got my sports win. I got my walk.
You got it all.
Got it in
it was
early.
already a win. That was a win already.
Could not believe
that was a win already.
Didn't want to get beat 55-10. Thought we might be able to compete a little more than that, but just because we had no business in that game. TCU should have been in the fucking national championship.
And you know what the Cowboys did after that game? They took
the Cowboys.
Yeah, after that game, the Cowboys took the nose tackle that got ran over and ran through by TCU.
Bet your ass.
What's the kid's name?
Just that Mozzie.
I was like, the last time we saw Mozzie, TCU was running through him, and the Cowboys said, "That's our first round pick."
Yeah.
TCU destroyed him. What do you think Saquon Barkley's gonna do?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. It always comes back to the Cowboys. Anyway,
Matt
what's
Bernard's in the building. Took walks in 15 after loss to the Clippers in Game 7 when CP3 hit that stupid-ass shot. And in 17 when Kawhi got zaza'd in the Warriors series.
Well, see, the 15 hurts because the stupid-ass clock runner, hits the buzzer after the Clippers had already saw our play.
Yeah.
Pop lost his freaking mind on that damn scoreboard keeper that game. So, yeah, I remember that. Anyway.
Tough, man.
Moving on.
My mind's been in a sports walk ever since Friday. And then seeing that yesterday just kind of brought some of that weird feeling I had up on Friday. But honestly, it's weird. Like I keep saying, because I'm trying to get a wrap on everything that's gone on. It's very sad to see Pop like this.
Mm-hmm.
And none of us have actually seen him like that. He didn't look good. And it sucks. And I hate to, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like his eyes didn't look right. His eyes were he was really wide-eyed and kind of staring off into the distance because he doesn't have full control of himself physically. And it sucked. And he's real soft-spoken, still funny, still witty. It's not like he didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't like go Joe Biden up there.
No, he still has his wits.
It's all physical.
It's physical. He still his mind. That's why I said I think he's still gonna have some say because his mind is still fine. Clearly, I don't know. I'm very worried about him. Yeah.
As a man, just very worried about him. But at the same time, I'm excited about their future. That's why I needed a sports walk. I've had a mental sports walk for 5 days because I'm trying to wrap my head around Pop being gone for good, and it's final now. It's done. And then trying to get good with Mitch and accept that, and being fair to that, and trusting that they know what they're doing with him, and trusting that he's legit and he's going to be the right guy for the gig. That's been harder for me to come to grips with, but I need to give him a shot. It is what it is. It's what's done is done. They were always gonna go in-house on the replacement. There was never a doubt about that.
Sure.
And they did. And I'm gonna give that kid I keep calling him a kid. I'm gonna give him
He ain't a kid. 38, he ain't a kid.
I agree. The Clark Edge. I took a sports walk when Kawhi Leonard hit that shot. I had 76ers for the finals at 25-1 and bet it daily at 15-1. Oh, well, you guys gambling issues. You gambling boys, y'all probably have sports walks all the time, having to kind of just get your emotions back in check, back in balance.
I had.
You're supposed to keep your cool.
I had 1 year, and this was, I'll say 2012.
Yeah.
Where I was gambling heavy. And that was 2012. My wife probably didn't forgive me for 2-3 years, and I haven't. 2012 was my last year gambling. I lost my ass, and when she found out, when I tell you, because when you're gambling and you're in the red, you start reaching,
right,
and you start touching money that you ain't supposed to touch to try to get back, and the hole just keeps digging deeper and deeper. I don't know how you guys do it. Shout out to Pub Sports Radio. I know it's a huge gambling channel. You dudes, especially on bad beat nights and weird shit happening and dudes deciding to shoot a 3 from half court at the buzzer and it goes in. Like, I don't know how y'all do it. I haven't been back since. I can't do it. Not $5, not $10. Because you eventually, even if I think the gambling gods, like my first one I hit, and then it's like heroin.
Yeah, beginner's luck.
You chasing that high forever, and it's rare. You got to do this shit year round. Because guys that have a good year, let's say they go 55-40. That's a good year. Or 55-50. Hell, Jose was happy he was up $10 in 2024.
True.
Just because he was up. I don't know how you guys do it.
Is the goal, Jose, to come out ahead or just have fun?
The goal is to come out ahead and continue building your bankroll so you can make bigger bets.
Right, so for you, it's all about stacking cash so you can bet more at a time.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
See, Barkley said, and very famously years ago, because they thought that Barkley had a bad gambling problem, and there were a lot of people worried about him.
Michael Jordan, Phil Mickelson.
Articles being written about Chuck, and I'll never forget Chuck's like, I gamble for fun. I don't gamble to make money. And they're like, well, somebody asked him in an interview, there was a report had come out, I forget who had the report, where Chuck lost $1 million in one night in Vegas, in one night. And in the same piece, it said that Chuck had lost upwards of $8 million in that casino over the course of the year.
Jesus.
He was down $8 million. And someone asked Charles about that in a later interview about that article. And Charles was like, well, let's see. TNT pays me $12 million a year. I made $18 million last year in endorsements. So, no, I don't have a gambling problem. People that have a gambling problem are people that can't turn their electricity on because they're gambling.
Right.
I lost $8 million last year gambling. I made $32 in salary and endorsements. I don't have a gambling problem. If I can't pay my light bill, I'm
That's
sucking dick in stalls of truck stops. I have a gambling problem.
Good Lord.
And I love that. He
Good
gambles
Lord.
for fun. You can gamble for fun if you have the money. Phil Mickelson gambles for fun. He gambles on everything he does. Now, has he gotten in trouble on occasion? You bet your ass, because he's gambling with the wrong
Shohei
dudes.
Ohtani gambles for fun.
Shohei has guys go to prison for him. You will never convince me that he wasn't in on that.
Did Mike
Never.
retire? Was
Never.
Mike suspended?
Mike got suspended, I
You
believe.
think it was a quiet?
I believe.
I believe it too.
This is my belief. I'm not saying this
I
happened.
believe it too.
I believe Michael Jordan was suspended. He was not suspended. He was asked to go away for 2 years by David Stern because he was gambling and was gambling with gangsters. This is right after his dad was murdered by gangsters. And right all of a sudden, now Mike wants to go play baseball? Okay, dude. I believe that David Stern concocted a
In the
plan
middle of a three-peat.
for him to retire because I'm burned out on basketball, come back in a couple of years so we can sweep this shit under the rug because this is going to be the end of the NBA if all this gets out. I can't have Michael Jordan's daddy get murdered by debtors, like debt collectors.
Agreed.
Can't have that. That's my theory.
Hey, give me some.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
agree.
how can you not look at the timeline and just come up with that conclusion?
I don't get it. I don't know why that's so hard for people to believe.
Right. I mean, there's blood in the yard. You got blood in the Bronco.
Not OJ. Don't bring up OJ.
Yeah, OJ killed them people, and Mike
suspended.
needed a timeout. Yeah, it was a non-suspension suspension is what it was. That's what it was. All right. You ready to do a little violent?
Let's
We
get
look-
violent.
So I hate to get violent on a day we look so good. All right, it is in the building on Love You Hard TV.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch on In the Building.
People I Want to Punch, presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. This man is the best family lawyer in Bexar County, serving Bexar County and all over the state of Texas, too. Orlando takes road trips all the time on out-of-city cases. Who you punching today, sir?
My punch is easy. I'm punching OKC head coach, possibly coach of the year, Mark Daigneault. Is that how I say it, Jose?
Yes.
Mark Daigneault. Look, I'm not a dinosaur. Analytics have a place in the NBA, but sometimes these new coaches let analytics take over common sense. And that's what happened with Mark Daigneault last night. They're up 3, and so they can't get a 3 off to tie the game. Mark Daigneault just keeps fouling. And not only does he order his team to foul, he orders them to foul in 0.3 seconds, essentially keeping Denver in the game, going the 2 free throws and you go down, you get 2 free throws. Then you catch Denver with their hands in the cookie jar. They sub out Nikola Jokic because he has 5 fouls. He's at the scores table. They have no timeouts. They can't get him back in the game. Mark Daigneault sees this, and what does he do? He still fouls, allowing Joker back onto the court, which was stupid. It was an analytic call, and it's just idiotic again, analytics have a place. I'm not anti-analytics, but I do feel like there's sometimes you just got to feel it and understand it and know, like, okay, I know what the analytics say, but this isn't working. Let's see what happens. Or if you're going to take that route, Daigneault, at least let some time run off the clock. I think, again, yes, Chet choked, missed both free throws. Aaron Gordon hits a huge shot. I get all that. But at the same time, he shouldn't have even been in that situation. So, yeah, players win games and players lose games. But that last night, that last scene in the last minute and 30, or last 30 seconds, should I say, that is on Mark Daigneault. And now they're down 0-1 to a team that knows how to win in these type of situations. May have lost the series last night. We'll see. 2 great games last night. And hell, the other game the other night, the Pacers and Cavs, was a great game. Second round is picked up a notch in these here NBA playoffs. So right off the bat, because he lived and died by the analytics, I'm punching Mark Daigneault for being too stupid to just feel and have human and have common sense. Look both ways before you cross the street. You could be book smart and not have no common sense. And he ain't have no common sense last night. So punch Mark Daigneault.
Good one. I'm going to punch this dumbass 21-year-old Pittsburgh Pirates fan that fell off the bleachers the other day.
Why are you? He fell, Mike.
How
That's
you
a
get,
good punch.
You get so drunk, so fucked up, with no control of your scene, you literally fall 21 feet onto the playing surface and have to delay a Pirates game.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
Okay,
he's
good.
lucky. Had he fallen 5 more feet,
Was
his
he
ass
drunk?
is dead. Fuck yeah, he was hammered. All the
Yeah.
people in the bleachers said he was acting like a fool, was blasted, and you cannot have fans be allowed to get that hammered at a game. I don't know how you police it.
Yeah, I don't think you can. So I
He
feel
starts
you.
taking his shirt off, takes his shirt off. He's acting like a total jackass. If you've seen the replay, it looks like he jumps off on. It looks like a suicide attempt.
And he was on to the field.
Oh yeah.
Rudy, he somersaulted. Go look at it. It's disturbing.
Okay.
It's disturbing. Just know he's alive. He actually was up. He took a couple of steps yesterday. They say he has a very long rehab ahead of him. Punch the dipshit who gets so drunk in public that he literally tumbles onto the playing surface, falling 21 effing feet.
He's lucky, Dan.
Crazy lucky. He's lucky he's in great. He's a former college football player. He's a 21-year-old
He
kid.
is.
So he's young and he's in good health and he's got youth on his side, but my God,
Mhm.
that's disturbing. And you do that in front of people's kids and scare the shit out of everybody. Although the outfielders all went running to the infield, they can imagine the sound that made. What a dipshit to get that drunk that you cause a bullshit scene like that. I hope he's embarrassed.
Yeah.
God, what a jackass.
Yeah.
punch.
Good punch.
Great
Yeah,
punch.
thanks, man.
And a secondary punch. Matt reminded me. Secondary punch to the other analytic game. The analytics say if you shoot a bunch of threes, you'll come out on top. Celtics dumbasses shot 60 threes last night. I think they shot 23 more threes than the Knicks and lost. So F
Jeez.
your analytics, up your button around the corner. You don't know nothing about that, Jose. That's an old 1985 saying. Missoula Celtics, up your button around the corner for shooting 60 threes and losing. That's another analytic thing. Just jack up a bunch of threes. But he shoots 17%. I don't care. Let him fly. I hate analytics, but I love analytics.
Orlando Kell, he delves in both. He got all the stats, all the data. He'll go through all your situation because when you get divorced, it now turns into, it basically becomes a business transaction between you and your soon-to-be ex.
Right,
And the state of Texas is the arbitrator.
right.
And Orlando helps you get through all that, the money, having to get into all your business,
Giving all your shit away.
finances and your shit and your assets and all that stuff. You got emotions pent up. Orlando takes all that business aspect so you can handle the emotional part, and he handles the transactional part because that's really what divorce is. It's a business. If you need Orlando Kell serving you, he's our guy. His number is 210-77 549.95. You can also email him, Orlando Kell. It's orlandokilllaw@gmail.com, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. A couple of things before we get out of here. So I was thinking about guys falling. That kid that fell, he's lucky to be alive. 2 years ago today. Okay, let me back up. Do you remember the famous Alamo Bowl, which TCU was down 31-0?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The legendary game, and for all that don't remember, God, over 10 years ago now, it was the week TCU played Oregon in the Alamo Bowl, and Trayvon Boykin, who was a Heisman Trophy candidate, decided to destroy his career 2 days before the game. He and a couple of other players go down to Pat O'Brien's downtown. Trayvon gets shit-faced. The bicycle cops come in there because the bar called them to get Trayvon out of there because he was acting like that dipshit Pirates fan, and took a swing at a cop
I remember.
and wound up in jail.
Too much fun on the Riverwalk, baby.
Frogs bailed him out, and then Gary immediately sent him home. And they had to start, and their backup quarterback was injured.
Yeah, I remember.
And so we had to start our third-string quarterback in the game,
And beat them damn Ducks.
Bram Kohlhausen. We're down 31-0 at the half. This is the game I almost got into a fight with a couple of Oregon fans because they were
Unfortunate.
taunting old women.
Oh,
They were
yeah,
there
I remember,
watching
I remember you told me
TCU.
about that, yeah.
And we came all the way back and won this game in quadruple overtime. Beat fucking Oregon 47-41 after being down 31-0. The hero of the game was Bram Kohlhausen. That was the kid's name. The third-string quarterback for TCU was a walk-on. Wasn't even on Scully. 2 years ago to this day, and as we were doing this show, what is this, the 6th of May?
Yeah.
That we're doing this show, 2 years ago, Bram was actually in San Antonio, just outside, up in the hill country, hog hunting with a helicopter. These ranchers get these fucking hogs off their land. Will get in helicopters.
I love that.
And
Kill them
they'll
stupid
cruise
ass
over these
hogs.
hogs and they're shooting.
I'll shoot them. I hate
Bram
'em.
Bram was leaning out of one of the helicopters, shooting hogs, and was not properly harnessed in. Bram Kohlhausen, he fell 70 feet.
Jesus.
70. This kid in Pittsburgh the other night, that was only 21 feet. Bram Kohlhausen fell 70 feet out of a fucking helicopter, a moving helicopter onto the ground. And thankfully, he was able to get his legs underneath him that way, so his feet would hit first. Anything other than those feet, he's dead. A human can't survive a 70-foot fall.
No.
He puts his feet down, his feet wind up in his ass.
Yeah.
He has to have both legs amputated. That's how severely mangled his feet and legs were. The only organ that was not damaged that day was his heart. Every other organ he had.
Your femur runs up through your intestine.
So double amputee at the thigh, mid thigh. It took him 2 years to be able to dress himself, feed himself, wipe his own butt. It's been, I want to say, 5 or 6 years ago now. He's doing a lot better. He was an honorary captain at a TCU game the other day, this past season. Got no legs. And just now getting to the point where he can, like, maybe get dressed in the morning.
Well, way to bring the room down.
What's been 2 years ago today?
Good Lord.
My point is, now, it was an accident. But that dumbass in Pittsburgh, it's hard to have
Punch
a lot
him.
of sympathy.
Nah,
for
yeah,
that,
punch
man.
him.
It really is. Wayne 71's in the building. 1991. Thank you, Wayne. San Antonio's top sports guys in incentivized companionship pulled up loud. Rudy equals Pimp, Pro Bowl first pick, fur coat, Jaws umbrella. Mike equals VP of Hustle Ops. Half French coat, half cowboy. All love. Yeah, I'm a French. I'm a French. I'm a French. What do you call it? French cowboy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wemby, baby.
This is French cowboy motif today. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Wayne.
You don't like my
71.
drip?
I like the chain.
You don't like my drip? I got 2 on today. Legalize it, Texas. It's about time. It's
What is that, a
bullshit.
marijuana leaf?
Yes, sir. No ganja.
Where'd you get that?
At the smoke shop.
Oh. Oh, my God.
Where you think you got it,
I
player?
know, right? You right.
You ain't getting these at church.
No shit.
All right. Oh, where you at on NBA play? All I know is the Cavaliers are down 1-0. The Celtics are down 1-0.
All the home
The
teams.
Thunders are down 1-0. They'll probably all 3 come back and win their series, but
Who knows?
I'm enjoying it so far. Fuck Boston, fuck Oklahoma City, and fuck Cleveland. That's my opinion going forward.
I'm just happy we got some good games.
I'm
All
rooting,
3
I'm
games
rooting
were
for
good.
anybody but those 3. I don't want to fuck. I want Cleveland. I don't want Cleveland. I don't care about Donovan Mitchell. Oklahoma City's they are a problem for the San Antonio Spurs, standing directly in the way of greatness, even in the own division. I ain't gonna sit up here and root for no Sam Presti.
I'm
And I
not
damn
mad
sure
at
ain't
that.
rooting. I just don't. Boston, I don't know. I mean, I just don't like them.
That's fair.
I just don't like them. I don't like their people. I don't like their personnel. I don't like their guys. Joe Mazzulla seems like a fucking weirdo.
Joe Mazzulla's an asshole.
He's a weirdo for sure. He's maybe an asshole. I don't mind you being an asshole, but he's weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jose.
Sorry, Jose.
Not sorry. So, it'd be so amazing if the Knicks could pull off this shocking upset. It'd be so great.
And I'm taking, before we get out of here, I'm taking
Yeah.
I'm taking Golden State to upset Ant-Man.
I'm rooting
No,
for
the
Warriors.
series.
I'm rooting for the Warriors.
Yeah.
You know, I guess anybody but those 3 I just said. I don't care if Minnesota wins the title. Anybody but Boston, Cleveland, or Oklahoma City. Let's
Fair.
just have mass chaos. It's been a crazy year in the NBA. Might as well have a crazy champion. Why not?
I'm down.
Why can't the Warriors win it again? It'd be so funny if they did.
Yeah, we got to talk about Steph's legacy.
It'd
If
be
he
hilarious
does.
if they did. All right, y'all. It is Orlando Killer. He brings us the punt segment. Their only interest is protecting your family's interest. At Orlando Kill, their attorneys and staff focus exclusively on family law, and they advocate for the things that matter, which are you, your family, and your future. Your future is on the line. These damn divorces. Shit. All right, so thank you to OK. All right, thank you to Bouquet. Thank you to all the people. I'm done. What you going
Thank
to do the
y'all.
rest of the day?
Nothing.
I got to go pick up barbecue tickets because I had a stack and I washed them in my pants.
Yeah.
So I'm heading there right now to get barbecue tickets.
Go get those.
All right, y'all. That's it. Love y'all hard. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. If you're watching Love You Hard TV, don't forget Baseline Bums. They drop shows multiple times a week. If you're watching us on Pub Sports Radio, Jimmy the Bag, he's up next. Thanks to Anthem TV, too. See y'all tomorrow for In the Building on Wednesday. Love you hard. Later.